She's only now left for her morning rounds. Can I help?" Fiona tried not to let her frustration show, realising her accent grew more Scottish the more irritated she became. "Thank you, Alice, but no. I need someone with specialist midwife training. I know you've delivered babies, but I'd prefer to send somebody who has completed the official course." The young woman who had been sitting with Alice now looked up. "Well, I'm trained. I did the course with Bridget, after all. What do you need?" Fiona smiled but shook her head. "I know you did. You've been invaluable ever since, Ellen. But if I'm not mistaken, it's your day off, as you did extra rounds last weekend. It's important to get your rest. Take advantage of it while you can." "Yes, you never know when we're all going to have to pitch in and work around the clock," said the third nurse at the table. "What if more of those horrid new bombs fall? You heard about that one near Bethnal Green, didn't you? They say they make a noise and then the sound just disappears, and that's how you know it's going to fall on you. Oh, imagine." She shuddered, causing waves of her chestnut hair to swing around her face. "Yes, thank you, Mary. We all heard about that incident," said Fiona crisply, to put an end to the conversation. "It doesn't help to speculate. Our job is to deal with whatever situation we are faced with, and this morning that includes finding a replacement for the unavailable midwife down at Victoria Park. What a shame I missed Bridget. Perhaps I can telephone the Tottenham Nurses' Home. Didn't some of them go on the same course as you, Ellen?" Ellen grinned and her dark hair bounced a little. "They did, but there's no need. Really there isn't." Her voice still had strong traces of her Dublin background, despite several years of living and nursing in London. "I don't mind in the slightest. I'll swap today for an extra Friday off. That would be grand. So tell me where this baby's being born, and I'll hop on my bike." "If you're sure," Fiona pursed her lips. Despite Ellen's enthusiasm, she had no wish to overtire her charges. They all worked hard enough as it was. "Think no more of it. I'll go. Let me check my bags all refilled, and then I'll be away." Ellen stood and brushed the toast crumbs from her skirt. "Oh, I'd better get changed, but I'll not be a minute." Fiona nodded, giving way to the inevitable. "Ellen Devlin, you are a lifesaver in more ways than one. Very well. Here's the address. It's a second child for the lady in question, and we don't anticipate any complications, other than it coming earlier than expected." Ellen smiled in acknowledgement. "Then I'll be back here in no time. See you later, Alice, Mary. You're to come to the cinema with me and Bridget this evening, don't forget. Meet Me in St. Louis is on at the Odeon. You'll not want to miss that." She gave them a quick wave and was off through the big door to the corridor. It had been propped open to let in a breeze, as already the day was warm. "Excellent. That's one less thing to worry about," said Fiona, relieved now the decision had been made. "Enjoy your film if I don't see you beforehand, girls." Ellen groaned as her bike chain came loose. It was the third time this week, although she'd tried to mend it after every shift. Sighing, she admitted to herself that she just didn't have the knack. She hopped off the old bike and gave in, pushing it along in the gutter while she walked along the edge of the white-painted curb. The clanking noise was horrible, but she gritted her teeth, knowing she couldn't abandon it. Bikes were valuable, even ones as decrepit as this. There simply weren't the materials available to make many new ones. She remembered Mary's comments from breakfast as she passed the narrow terraced houses. Some of them had their windows open in the June warmth, and she could hear wireless programs blaring out. Trust Mary to voice the fear they'd all felt when they'd heard the news about the new sort of bomb down at Bethnal Green. Ellen preferred not to worry about what she couldn't change, and besides...